Today we're biking through Chaco Culture National Historic Park, one of the most legendary ancient sites in the Southwest. And biking here is easy. The main loop is paved, mostly flat. And then we'll jump onto a couple of dirt routes where bikes are allowed too. This is the park map, and I'm going to walk you through an easy bike route that hits the main highlights. First, the main event. The Canyon Loop Road is about 9 miles total. It's paved in one way. This is how we'll connect to most of the major sites. Next is the Casa Chiquita bike route. Bikes are allowed up to Casa Chiquita, and that bikeable portion is about a 2-mile round trip. And then the Wijiji ride, it's about 3 miles round trip on an old road into a canyon. And if you want a bigger mission, there's a ride out to Kinslisden, I think I'm saying that right, about 24 miles round trip. We're not doing that one today, but it's good to know it exists. We're starting right here at the visitor center. This is the natural base camp spot. Bathrooms, info, and it's basically the front door to the loop. First stop is Hungo Pavi. Quick reminder, the loop road is one way, which makes biking feel extra relaxed. It's about 2 miles, roughly 10 minutes by bike. This stretch is really mellow. It's flat roads, cliffs to the right, and in February, on a Saturday, this was almost silent. I didn't have a single car pass me here, which is kind of wild for a national park. Pulling into Hungo Pavi. Each site has bike racks, so it's super easy. Roll up, lock up, and you're good. From the parking area, it's just a short walk, about a 1/4 mile round trip. And this is the big rule to remember at Chaco. Bikes stay on the roads in designated bike routes, not on the walking loops throughout the sites. Hungo Pavi is a Chacoan great house, a huge public building complex. What I love here is that it feels less curated than some of the other sites. It's largely unexcavated, so you get the sense of architecture under sand and vegetation, more like you're seeing it the way time has left it. Back on the bike, next stop is Chetro Ketl. And I have no idea if I'm saying these words right. It's under 2 miles, about 9 minutes. Same vibe, flat, easy pedaling, and those canyon walls make everything feel like a natural amphitheater. Now we're rolling into the parking area. Bike racks here and bathrooms. And this is a key convenience point. Chetro, Ketl, and Pueblo Bonito share the same parking area, so you lock the bike once and walk to both of those sites. Chetro Ketl is the second largest great house in the canyon. It's massive, and it has this elevated plaza feel that makes it easy to imagine multiple levels and a whole busy community here. Then I followed the trail over to Pueblo Bonito. This is the headliner. It's the most famous and most studied site here, and it's enormous. Hundreds of rooms built in stages over centuries. And you can walk through parts of it. Just be ready, these door openings between rooms are short. You'll find yourself doing a lot of bending to get all the way through. And next up is the Wetherill grave site. It's really close, about 0.3 miles, so it's basically just a quick roll. And back on the loop road, it's still flat, still easy. Same routine, park the bike, lock it, and walk. It's a short walk from the parking area. And this is the Wetherill Cemetery. It's small and quiet, and it adds a more recent layer of history to a place that's mostly about the ancient world. It's one of those moments where the canyon feels like not just a site, but a real timeline of people who lived and died out here. From here, we're heading right back and looping through Pueblo del Arroyo. Same parking lot, easy connection. And Pueblo del Arroyo was built in a couple of quick phases, and it has a lot of classic great house features. What's cool is that it sits more out in the open near the Arroyo instead of being tucked right against the cliff. So it feels a little different from those that are the wall-hugging sites. All right, next is Kletso. It's close, just a short distance from this area. So this is where the biking rules really matter. This route is bikeable because it follows an old roadbed. You can ride to Kletso and you can keep going to Casa Chiquita. Casa Chiquita is the turnaround point for bikes. From there, anything farther towards Penasco Blanco is hiking only. And if you're wondering how much farther Casa Chiquita is from Kletso, think of Kletso as an earlier stop on the same road, and Casa Chiquita is the next site farther out. It's close enough that it feels like one continuous little out and back, not a separate ride. And you'll see this, a sign to register at the start. Use it. It's quick, and it helps the park keep tabs on who's out here on these longer routes. And this section is just an old dirt road. It's mostly rideable with a few sandy patches where you might just need to kind of float through. Then you're at Kletso. It's a different vibe here, more compact, more blocky, and it's built in a later style than some of the bigger sites deeper in the main loop. Next up is Casa Rinconada, about 1 mile from here, maybe 5 minutes by bike. We backtrack on the dirt road, then it's smooth sailing again once you're back on the paved loop. Casa Rinconada is all about the Great Kiva, this huge ceremonial place. Even if you're not doing a deep dive into history, you can feel the gathering place energy here. And right nearby is a Chacoan Stairway viewpoint. It's basically just around the corner. And this is a look but don't touch stop. You're viewing from the pullout and it's genuinely hard to spot without binoculars. But once you lock onto it, seeing steps built in the cliff really drives home how connected the canyon floor and the mesas were for the people that lived out here. Next up is the Fajada Butte Overlook. It's about 4 miles, so a 20-minute bike ride. We're staying on the paved loop road and you can roll right past the visitor center again. So this route always stays super intuitive as to where you are. At the Overlook, you get the classic Butte view. This is also where the famous sun dagger story comes in. Up on the Butte, sunlight and shadow line up with spiral carvings in ways that mark key solar events like solstices and equinoxes. You can't hike up to this height, but from here you get the landscape viewpoint. And now for my favorite biking adventure segment, Wijiji, about 2.3 miles from here, no, only about 10 or 12 minutes. And the first part is paved, and we pass Gallo Campground. I made a separate video about camping here, so I'll drop that link in the description. Then you hit the gate and the sign for the Wijiji route. This is where it turns into an old road. And this stretch is gorgeous. Wide open canyon, big sky, and that quiet, you're really out here vibe. Just watch for sandier spots, same as before. And then Wijiji itself, built later than the big name sites, and what stands out is a symmetry. It feels deliberate, like someone designed it cleanly in one goal instead of endlessly adding to it over time. And last leg, back to the visitor center, about 2.7 miles and 13 minutes or so. We retraced the dirt road segment, same beautiful corridor, same mellow pace. then it's back onto the paved loop to finish the ride, with Fajada Butte sitting out here in the distance like a landmark you keep reorienting to. So that's the Chaco bike itinerary, the paved loop for the big sites, plus the designated old road routes where bikes are allowed. If you're planning a visit, hopefully this makes it simple to picture the flow. And if you got questions about bike access or route planning, drop them in the comments and I'll help where I can. Thanks for watching.